Good morning to all you fellow DGens and world builders out there. My name is Peter Perez. I'm co-founder and head of community at Inverse. As always, we've got some upcoming events that I think everyone needs to know about. With first NFTopia happening April 28th through the 30th, and then the Polydoge Birthday Bash, which will be happening on May 12th through the 13th. Don't wait on those. You can go to inverse.app, go to the dashboard, and then you can easily register and attend these events. But for this particular video, I just want to go over what do world builders on Inverse actually get to do when they create a world, and some of the feature sets that exist on the Inverse platform for you to host the most memorable social experiences for events and conventions. And I mean, this is a place where you heavy monetization capability for selling booths, selling tickets, selling NFTs on the shop, all kinds of Web3 and blockchain integrations that we're pulling in. Currently, we fully support MetaMask and Magic Link payments. So if somebody doesn't have cryptocurrency, and this is great for kind of like the Web2 onboarding into Web3, you swipe with a credit card. Use a credit card, purchase tickets and NFTs that you need, to style yourself up when you go to an event. Or, you want to purchase a ticket to an event, for example, with the Birthday Bash. All kinds of really cool stuff with that, and we'll do that in a separate video. But head over there if you want to experience what the whole ticketing experience is like for these kinds of events. But this video is targeted more to the event organizer. If you have a community and you want to park them in an immersive virtual event, Inverse is the place to do it. It's the only platform that allows for the simultaneous game server 3D environment. We built that on Unity, in addition to the voice telecom services, so full webcam, voice chat, screen share, text chat, and all zoned out by proximity in very well-defined areas. We are one of the only platforms on the web that allows for those capabilities and the ability to scale, right? You want to park 5, 10, 20,000 people and bring them into a world. And you want to do that either all at once or do that over like a 365 persistent world where people can just kind of come in at their leisure. This platform is set up for that. But let's say you're, just starting out, you want to create a world and you want to understand what is available for you. And I'm just gonna kind of go over the surface a little bit on some of the edit capabilities, and then maybe in a future video we'll go and kind of dial in and get a little bit more granular and into the details, into the weeds. We do also host every Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. We host builder workshops, so you can meet with the Inverse team, get hands-on experience in building out a world for yourself. We offer free worlds to everyone that are in kind of a demo mode, where you can bring 50 people in. It'll be just specifically to text chat only, but you'll have all the capabilities of being able to edit out and brand the space, upload video, add booths. You can add activities and rooms, set up the main stage, and just get familiar with how to build and set up an event, so that you can prepare. Maybe your event is still maybe a few months out and you need to talk to us and get our help. We're here to do that. So the workshops happen every Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. and all you got to do is find us on Twitter. We share the forums there. You can email me at peter@inverse.app and I can give you a direct link to the workshop. We'll get you set up. So anyway, NFTopia is coming up April 28th through the 30th. This is the landing page for the world and all the events that they schedule here. I'm already subscribed to the page, so all you do is just hit subscribe, and you'll notice that I have some extra settings available to me. I am not technically the world owner. That's Waffles Kitty. But I am, my role currently is I can help with event organization. I mean, I'm also, a super user on the Inverse.app, so I can see everything that the other world builders can see. And you'll notice that, they've already got a good almost 1,200 members that have subscribed to NFTopia, and this is their second event that's coming up. So they're doing a really good job at kind of spreading the word and getting people aware of this celebration, primarily of the Wax community, but there's a lot of other NFT projects that'll be involved. There's going to be 40 unique vendors or exhibitors that'll be a part of this experience, and each of them will have their own booth. You can go explore with them, talk with them, learn about their project, and learn a lot about what the Wax community is doing specifically within this event. Then, let's say you have your world and you want to just start uploading, your banners, and you want to make some changes to the name You want to change the description. This is the button that you would go to in those settings in order to do that. There's some additional features in there that are kind of hidden from the general public, but that's something that we have more control over, just to limit. It's more on the expense side, on the capacity limits, and also enabling webcams in the worlds. Those are expenses. We do have to charge for those. So if you want to get those features enabled and get them set up, just talk to us, and we have packages that you can purchase in order to accommodate a community that wants to connect and speak to each other in real time. But this video, to stay on track, we're just kind of scratching the surface on some of the tools that are available to world builders. Scrolling down just a bit, here are the list of all the rooms that have been built specifically for NFTopia. So Waffles Kitty and her team have gone in, they've turned on some of these rooms, they've added some of the brands and exhibitors. Maybe they purchased an entire room and they own all of the booths that live in there. Avalon's got their own hall, Vandal's hall, Skunky hall. Like, if you're familiar with some of these NFT projects and some of these games, then what they like to do is reserve one of the exhibit halls exclusively for their projects and their team. Maybe they'll park, one or more booths in there, and then, they're selling off the rest. It's their choice. It's their room. They bought it. They get to do what they want with it. And then, you'll notice that there's other rooms with different features. The main stage allows for a panel of 6 to speak on stage and broadcast to everyone in the room, regardless of whatever instancing technology is being used, because at any given time, you can only see 45 avatars within a scene. So as you go from one room to the next, you're only going to see 45 avatars. We designed it intentionally like that because of bandwidth and performance issues for the end user. If you're on an older machine and you're, maybe you're exploring from your phone, it's the ability to process all of that for the end user requires just heavy system bandwidth and requirements. So we just want to make sure this platform was accessible. So that's part of the reason why it's designed low poly. It's a web app experience. So all you need is a browser. All you need is a phone. You could access from your phone on a browser that way as well. The only browser we don't currently support is Safari. Unfortunately, they don't support WebGL. So the 3D web, game experience won't be supported on Safari. Unfortunately, if somebody can talk to Apple and convince them to switch that on, that'd be great. We'd appreciate that. Then you also have settings for each of the rooms. By going into this allows you to make general changes to the rooms, and then adding new rooms, as well as going in and adding the room icon, changing the names, adding posters. Maybe you want to add a video live stream to the room, so when somebody walks in, there's a video that's playing in the overlay interface. It doesn't exist on a wall or in a booth, but it'll exist in the bottom right corner as picture-in-picture, kind of like down here in the lower right corner, where somebody can watch a live stream or watch content specific for that room. And that can be done in all the rooms that you create. So you can have potentially up to like 15 or more unique either live streams or videos that are playing as somebody goes from one room to the next. There's more content for them to experience. Then you can also make changes to the chat areas. So you want to add high top tables and you want to put names in them. This is a great way to just continue to add them. I think within the party room, you can have up to 8 high top tables. This allows for separate conversation areas, and they can be branded for sponsors as well. Also, in these rooms, let's back up. You can, when you add a new room that allows for some of the booths, for example, inside Avalon Hall, there's a separate tab that shows up for booths to be added into these rooms. So let's say, for example, you want to, you want to park a premium booth within this, and see what they've done is Avalon has been set up with a premium booth, and there are 3 sizes currently: basic, standard, and premium. Just larger in footprint, and the premium booth allows for both slide presentation and video simultaneously. But there's also, contact information, your company, organization, your bio that's included, ways to, click hyperlinks to go specifically to their website or their store, or any specific call to action that they include in the booth. An attendee can come up and have access to all of that information, even if the team isn't available to be at the booth. So it's really simple. Once the organization has been created, and there's a separate link for them to do that. In fact, it's listed right here. If they haven't created a booth, you can just copy and paste this link, give it to them, and they can create a booth. And anybody, and if you go to our website, you can create a booth right now, and it costs you nothing. Really, where the expense comes in is if you want to partner with an existing community, an existing event organizer, you want to park your booth in there, they might have some pricing that they're asking for in order for you to negotiate that out. So good luck to you on that. Anyway, all you have to do to add the booth is just type in the name, and then as long as the booth is created in our database, the name will automatically populate in a drop-down list, and then you drop it in there, hit enter, save, and you're done. It's really easy to delete them as well. But these booth sets allow for some flexibility on how many booths that you can get in. So in the smallest setting, you can have up to 15 booths within a exhibit hall, which is great because that just gives a lot of content for attendees to go and view. Each of them are a separate chat area, and you're set up for success. You can meet people in very little time. Lots of people in little time. And then the last thing that I want to go over, I'm going to head back to the world, is creating an event. Once you've created an event and you head to the event page, let's go ahead and do that. Actually, let's go to the last event page for NFTopia. So their last event was on Friday, January 20th. So it's been since January since we had the last NFTopia, and they had about 924 attendees for this event, which is great because it was the first NFTopia after kind of rebranding from Digicon to NFTopia. Then in this page allows you for some edit capabilities for the event itself, for the banner, setting the day and start time, setting the time zone for the event, as well as adding the description section for the page. There's also web links that you can include that will show up within the user interface within the event. And if you want to add contact information, so somebody hits the event page and they want to get in contact with the organizer, then there's a way to do that. Also, the schedule is this is your bread and butter because this is how you're able to herd cats, as they say, and get your attendees from one room to the next, one activity to the next, and to let them know generally like what is happening in what room and where. You don't want someone to enter a world and think that it's empty and there's nothing going on. Maybe everyone in the event is packed into one room listening to a conversation or watching a live stream, or maybe they're doing a giveaway, or they're playing a game together. This schedule is a great way for you to open it up to the exhibitors as well. So depending on your organization strategy, you can give this schedule high visibility by just parking activities in here, scheduling out the entire event plan, and letting people come and go as they need, and they'll never miss what's going on. They will always be able to track what's happening, to include whenever they click on one of these items to go deeper into the schedule, it gives them a chance to teleport to that activity. I just can't emphasize how important scheduling is for these events. If you have one, please play around with the scheduler. It's just awesome to see notifications pop up and to let people know what is happening, when, and where. Okay, so just to recap, guys, if you have not attended an event on Inverse, this is a great time to do it because unless this weekend, NFTopia will be happening April 28th through the 30th, and then immediately following that, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, well, yeah, a little bit over 2 weeks later, on May 12th and 13th, the Polydoge Birthday Bash will be taking place. And then this is a ticketed event with NFT tickets available to purchase and also some additional perks. So my name is Peter Perez, co-founder and head of community in Inverse. And thank you so much for hanging out with me while I go over another Inverse deep dive, if you will. We'll brand this out, I'm sure. We'll need to brand out these videos. And I'll be open to some ideas. What do you want to call this regular series? All right, so we've got a few more minutes for the workshop, and we're going to get in there. Thank you so much, again, for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.